Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll call the meeting to order and ask for an approval of the agenda or any amendments or changes we need to make.
Okay, I do have one amendment under new business. We're going to add 11L, which is going to be recommendation to approve the purchase of safety equipment.
Motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Second. All in favor? Thank you. Administrative updates.
We have had a lot going on. As most of you know, spring is a very busy time, especially in a high school. We do have multiple students that qualified for the Business Professionals of America National Leadership Conference, which will be held in Nashville, May 6th through 10th. Those students, we have a middle school website design team. This is the first year we've had a middle school BPA team. Members of that team are Erwin Fredenberg, Dylan Yanos, Warren Williams, and Levi Steele. Middle school finance literacy team that will be going is Warren Williams and Dylan Yanos. Esports team, these are high schoolers, Xavier Hansen, Spencer Mummert, Isaiah DeWitt, and Keegan Kindred. We database applications, Peyton Robinson, personal finance management, Abby Ely, and banking and finance, Spencer Mummer and Abby Ely. So we will be well represented in Nashville in May. We're excited for them. We also had 31 students that were inducted either as first or second year members of National Technical Honor Society by the Newcastle Career Center a couple of weeks ago. So it was great to see those students on the stage and get recognized. They will have their purple and white cords at graduation. So we're proud of all of those students. We had our March Students of the Month recently announced. Those students were Avery Davidson, 6th grade, Carson Burrell, 6th grade, Aiden Wright, 9th grade, and Caden Staffron, who is a senior. Our student services team has been working very hard at getting schedules ready for next year. As always, we're looking at ways to give our students the most opportunities as possible. We have a couple of exciting things in the works for next year. Mrs. Garisco is working on a social emotional lunch bunch intervention program. She recently found out that we are going to be awarded a grant to help fund some activities for those lunch bunch students. So we're very excited for that. Another exciting opportunity for our students next year, with the assistance from the LIVE Coalition, the Henry County LIVE Coalition, we are going to be able to use 2 evidence-based curriculums to help prevent tobacco, alcohol, and drug abuse among our students next year. So these are some really exciting things that we're very proud that we can implement with our students. We had an exciting signing today. Isaiah Gray, one of our seniors, signed with Keystone Cooperative. He was accepted into their SEED program, which is a unique program that allows students interested in ag to get a taste of different areas of ag, and then hopefully that will turn into a permanent position for him. So we were excited to have many members from Keystone here in the building today, as he will be going to work for them as soon as he graduates. As you well know, April and May are testing months. Middle school students will begin iLearn next week. And then we will be wrapping up mid-May with AP testing for calculus and biology students, also iLearn testing for our biology and government students. So as always, we try to make sure students are rested and encouraged to do well on those tests, and present attendance is very important for them to do well on those tests. So those are the big things that we have going on at Tri-High.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Do we have any celebrations tonight?
No.
Then I don't think we have taken comments either.
No, we do not.
Okay, we'll move on to the minutes.
So I would ask for a motion to approve the March 10th executive and regular session minutes, as well as the March 23rd work session minutes.
Motion.
Second. All in favor? Thank you. On to claims and financials.
March claims came to $753,608.06, and I ask for the approval of the March claims.
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Payroll came to $371,829.19, and I ask for the approval of payroll. Motion.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Let's go to financials. What's the first screen you see, because my computer's not working?
What did you ask?
What's your first screen you see?
The monthly financial statement.
Okay. Number one, what you care to look at, because it gives the working cash balance down a little bit, but we're going to be gaining that come May, $2,496,387. If you don't have any questions, let's go with the cash flows. Education for March. The receipts were $571,776. Our expenditures were less than the receipts, which is what you always want, $504,486. Our ending cash was up a little bit for education, $1,266,544. Go to the top right-hand corner. With the new estimate for March, as we have discussed, I've done the projection out and the remaining appropriation. You see that number at the top. So we will be discussing the first quarter right after operations. Let's move to operations. That'll be your next slide. For operations, the receipts were $2,230. The expenditures were $196,978, and our ending cash was $536,105. As you know, we always receive our tax draw when you pay your taxes in May. We did that in June, so we will be recouping all of that. Top right-hand corner, we're going to talk about the budget. You see the number as we have a remaining balance of $436,593 for the budget. Any questions? If not, we're going to go to the first quarter. What we have left to spend after first quarter, what you always want to do is no more than 25% for the 4 quarters that you have in a year. As you see, we have 76% left in education, which is a good number to have. Debt service, 79%. Operations, right at 75%. Rainy day, 44%. Let's go to the section, go on down. We like to do a little history here at South Henry, so you're going to see history for the previous years to look at how our working cash has grown or decreased, and since 2021, it has increased. Down. I also do a metric projection of our cash, not budget, cash. So I'm doing a projection that we will end at 16.34%. Let's go down to the next slide. Something we like to do is also look at where we stand with other schools in the county, and that gives you a history back to 2022. I usually want to do a five-year plan, so I don't want to overwhelm you. So you can see the 2026 property tax rate and what we represent out of the property tax total rate that you get when you look at your assessment. If you have any questions, that's all I have. I did for informational, just informational, you have a 2022 spreadsheet for that bond, and you have a 2025 GEO spreadsheet, informational only. That's all I have.
Any questions for Amy?
Next we move on. No, we do not. Next we'll move on to old business, and so I would ask for a recommendation to approve the second reading of the board policy updates listed.
Motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? No opposed.
Next, we have tabled items. What I would recommend here is a motion to remove these, and then we will bring them back if needed at a later date.
Motion to remove them for a later date.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
All right, for new business, next I would recommend that we approve the donations listed under section A.
Any questions?
We gotta pull one out, don't we?
Yes.
I
Not
could just
B.
not vote on any of them.
Huh?
I could just abstain from all of it.
Well, that's up to you. Okay,
No.
then we'll do it all together.
Make a motion to approve all the donations under letter A.
Second.
All in favor? And one abstaining. Okay,
Next, I would ask for, I make the recommendation to approve the donation of 9 cases of cardstock from Turpin Electric and Robin and Brad Bindeman. I can't pronounce it. Bindeman. But 9 cases of cardstock that, Abby, is that split between buildings or was there any?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
any questions? Do we have a motion to approve that donation?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Okay, next would be a recommendation to approve the donation of a trophy case by Citizen State Bank.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Next, I have a recommendation to approve the purchase of scoreboards for Spiceland Gin. This is funded by the Henry County Health Foundation.
Motion.
Henry Community Health Foundation, sorry. Let me say that correctly. Misty made a motion.
Yeah, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
All right, next is a recommendation to approve the updated THS bell schedule for the 26-27 school year.
I do have a question. I've been going back and forth. What's the difference?
We have built in a few extra minutes to first and eighth period because of announcements. So some teachers, that cuts down 3 or 4 minutes every day out of those classes. So we just spread it out evenly. And then we also, next year, we'll have an activity day scheduled 1 day a week where we will have our clubs. Right now, we have that 5th period where we're limited on what classes we can offer because that's when we're having clubs. This will open up, this should open up our schedule to be better for students and teachers and balancing class numbers that will still give us a day that we can offer clubs during the school day. So that's the main change.
Any other questions about that? Do we have a motion to approve it?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Next is a recommendation to approve the creation of a crochet club for the 26-27 school year.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Next is a recommendation to approve the replacement of the roof over the elementary gym area, which is currently leaking. And the request is for that to be paid out of operations.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
And next is a recommendation to approve the vehicle lease agreement with Henry County REMC for their summer use of our buses.
Do we have a motion?
I have a question. What is it?
They have that camp and they, like one day they go to Westwood
Yeah.
Park.
They
I
did.
forgot about
Yeah,
This is
they've
the
done
second year, right?
that.
Yeah.
It's more than the second.
Third, at least third, because
Yeah.
it's second year I've done it,
Yeah.
that was one before me, yeah.
Usually Westwood one day, Memorial Park the second.
Yeah, vice versa, yeah.
I forgot.
Motion to approve the vehicle lease agreement with RAMC.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Next is recommendation to approve the MOU with Henry County Emergency Management. This has been vetted by our school attorney, who also reached out with our insurance, and has added some additional language into the MOU, to meet the insurance company's requirements. I have not heard back from Henry County Emergency Management yet, but, the idea would be that in the need, they're trying to come up with additional emergency shelter spaces, and this would allow the school to serve as an emergency shelter place. If you agree to this MOU and if they agree to everything, then we would sign off on what I sent them.
Any discussion or questions about that? I'd entertain a motion and when you're ready.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Next, we have several items that I am recommending to approve the sale of those items on Gov Deals.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Next is our health loan application for 2026. Do you want me to do that, or do you want to do that? Okay, so we have our 2026 14 passenger activity bus, a 2027 72 passenger bus, which is part of our bus replacement plan that we need to get. The block heaters, which we have talked about before, we are proposing that those are purchased out of this health loan. A stand on-floor scrubber, so literally one that's cleaning the floors, but you're riding it while it's cleaning. That's what that means by the stand on. And then elementary gym and locker room control upgrade. Tell me a little bit about that. I can't.
So that's the brain for HVAC in the elementary gym and the elementary locker room. The elementary locker room is inoperable at the moment. If I go up there, I can reset it, I can get about 4 to 6 hours a day out of it, and then it's out again. So we did that all heating season. Luckily, it's not been cold, so I didn't have to do that each and every day. But we need to bring both of those in, get it up to date, and get it to where it doesn't do that. And the elementary gym is just prevented because that controller is from 2001, same year as the one for the elementary locker room. So it's kind of on the last legs too.
And obviously with the help loan, we're limited to what we can purchase out of there, so that we are asking for approval to be able to submit this help loan application.
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Question?
Sure.
We put this list of items in on the help loan and get a help loan. Does it have to go towards that list of items?
That's up to you.
I mean, there's flexibility once we get the loan, is that correct? Or-
No.
That's what I'm asking.
No.
Okay. I'll second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Next is the recommendation to approve the purchase of safety equipment.
Do we have a motion for that?
I'll make the motion to approve the purchase of the safety equipment.
Second.
All in favor? Okay.
Next, we would ask for a recommendation to hire and retro approve in May sub-custodians. So we have custodians, just we're lacking substitute custodians if we need it. And so we're just asking that if Abby is able to find somebody, we get all the paperwork done and they pass the background check and everything, and they're needed, can we go ahead and hire them and use them, and then we would put them on the May agenda for approval.
Make a motion for that.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Okay, next would be the recommendation to approve the personnel report pending the successful background check, and any other necessary paperwork. Are we waiting on anything on any of those, Kim?
Some are.
Okay.
Everybody's started, we're waiting on some of the results, so.
Okay. Are there any questions on any of those?
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
All right, next, we have the professional leave and out-of-state or overnight field trips. The elementary is just for informational. For high school, you will see that there are 4 that are either overnight or out-of-state, or both. Are there any questions on those before we approve this? If not, I would ask for a recommendation to approve the 4 field trips.
Motion to approve the field trips.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
We have the elementary and high school ECA report, nothing really new there. If there's any questions, I will take those. In addition to that, the SRO report and the ADM, which I know we discussed a little bit, or shared earlier. Are there any questions on any of those 4 items? Okay,
Do we have a motion to approve those reports?
we don't have to.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone here from CTA to comment or update? Okay. Our next regular meeting will be Tuesday, May 12. Our next executive session will be next Monday, April 20 at 5:30. Any board comments?
Do we need to set a work session? Since we're starting to get all these estimates in and,
I can work on setting that up.
I mean, we need to have time to prioritize and figure out.
Yeah, I can text everybody and work on some dates tomorrow.
Yeah, I think sooner rather than later
Yeah.
to address those things. I agree. Any other comments from the board? If there are none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you very much.
I will make sure I send everybody work session
If we could have maybe a packet of all the estimates and all of that.
I mean, are we
Yes.
talking like
And-
before May first?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, it just depends on what everybody looks like.